Valley Conference next from Carbondale, Illinois. From Heartland, America, it's the Salukis against the Aces in the first sellout of the year for Southern Illinois. That's because Evansville has come to town. Hi, everybody. Doug Bell alongside Digger Phelps. You know, this was big back when Jerry Sloan played for Evansville. Walt Frazier dressed out for Southern Illinois, and it's big today. We should see a lot of scoring from the outside from both teams, Digger.
Well, I think what's going to happen, SIU has the depth. Evansville coming off a lot of injuries. Look for SIU to put more pressure on the guard play, but I think the key is going to be the perimeter shooting. And when you see the players involved with this game, interesting matchups.
Andy Elkins is the main man for Evansville. He does it rebounding and scoring.
Yes, he does. He's very solid, up for MVP of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference. Can shoot, needs a big game today, probably about 30 or more points. But on the other side of it, Chris Carr's had averaged the last 10 games 25 points a game, really playing well. But the guy I really like right here, Marcus Timmons, inside, outside. He's capable of getting a double-double. And if he does that, that's going to be something that Evansville's going to have trouble controlling because their weakness is inside defense.
Last time they played was back in January. Evansville won 71-70. We're hoping for the same today. Let's go to Chris Fowler in Bristol, Connecticut.
ESPN's NCAA basketball, brought to you by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer, creating a higher standard. And by DirecTV, introducing personalized TV.
Stay a while. Relax.
It's a packed house in Carbondale, Illinois for today's game between Evansville and SIU. Let's look at the lineups, the Advil starting lineups. First for the visitors from Evansville, Jim Crews starts McInnes, Williams, Stackhouse, Checkdat. That is not the starting five, or rather that's the starting five for North Carolina. Rather for Evansville, as you look at Southern Illinois, starting five of Paul Lusk, Hawkins, Ian Stewart, Chris Carr, the young man we talked about off the top, and Marcus Timmons.
Chris Carr did not play well in game one against Evansville. Shot 3 for 11. He's got to really play his game today to really help SIU.
So here we go. Scott Sparks, the big 7-footer, will jump it up against Chris Carr. Tip goes to the Aces.
Aces wearing the long sleeves. Jimmy Crews says, as long as I'm the coach, that's a tradition. Evansville will wear the long sleeves. No baggy pants either.
Very unusual to say the least. There's Elkins, 31, the main guy, and the bomber from the outside, Brent Kell.
Brent Kell, the last 2 games, has been the reason why Evansville is tough to go after. Very, very solid player.
SIU goes to Carr right off the bat. Sparks not a strong kid as he lost that rebound, and Marcus Timmons lays it in.
Well, Sparks is not the physical type inside player, and that's why Timmons is going to go after him today. And Sparks also can get in foul trouble, which will really hurt Evansville.
The first sellout of the season for SIU. It's packed to the rafters, as they say. No kidding. The ceiling is very close to the top of the bleachers. At the top part of this arena, this is Elkins.
Good patience by Evansville. They'll really work hard on offense. Good man-to-man defense by SIU. Switch out the screens.
Kell, a young man who started only 8 games because of back problems. Elkins partially blocked, and here comes the Salukis. Chris Carr wastes a little time.
That's what he needs. Get that first one. Get your momentum going. Plus, get the crowd in it. You're at home.
4-3 SIU.
Kell's playing the point. I'll tell you, his last 2 games, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists.
Timmons lost control. It's SIU basketball.
That's why you always grab a loose ball going out of bounds. Quinn thought he had it, didn't have it. Next thing you know, they get possession. Chris Quinn from South Bend St. Joe High School, number 13 for Evansville. 2 blocks from my house.
Paul Lusk, the senior point man. Bombs from the outside. And Evansville. Elkins
You got to find him in transition, because I'll tell you, he can get 30, 35 today. He's not afraid to shoot it. He's got the green light. So in transition defense, SIU's got to find him right away.
Elkins had 27 in the first meeting between the two teams back in January.
In his last 3 games, 29, 29, 32 points.
Driving inside, in and out. Lusk, but there's Timmons, and he travels.
You get a player like Andy Elkins who can get that rhythm going. As I said, he had 29, 29, 32 points in the last 3 games. He gets into an offensive move today. The other players will play with his game.
Rendell. Slap from behind by Carr, who is extremely quick, has very long arms. Wreaks havoc when he plays defense.
Man-to-man and out of bounds. Should be a screen switch. On defense, good job by SIU. No easy points.
Evansville on top, 6'4". The big 7-footer in and out. Southern Illinois gets the basketball. Jim Cruz in his 10th season at Evansville.
Excellent coach. He's got that team, the NIT, the NCAA, outstanding job. I think Jim Cruz, a couple years, watch him end up in a major division as a head coach.
Working one-on-one. Won't fall right now. Hawkins won it from behind. But the follow by Scott Sparks.
Sparks, good offensive rebound in the right position, went up strong. And you need to get secondary points in the paint on missed shots.
Shane Hawkins wears 21. Freshman from Pinckneyville, Illinois. And once again, Southern can't get the bounce. You figure the home team's going to get some of those to go in.
Well, Hawkins, just let him take it.
He's too strong on that one. Here comes Lusk, looking to run. What a spin move by Paul Lusk.
Great move by Lusk for the basket.
He's fired up. Evansville up by 2 now. You see the time.
Big play for Lusk. He's been struggling a little bit this year with his game. Transferred from Iowa. Just getting to the rhythm of his offense.
And Kell will go to the line and shoot 2. The foul on Ian Stewart. We're looking at the senior playing his final home game for Southern Illinois.
Yeah, he had a torn disc. Tough injury. Came back, started playing. As I said, he had the 2 games with 26 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. Transferred from Niagara after his freshman year to Evansville, but played at Harrison High School in Evansville with another guy that played at IU named Calvert Cheney, who's now in the NBA. Tough little competitor, and Jim Cruz told us yesterday, this is the reason why now they feel, even with injuries, he steps in, loses a player, and now you got something going. You know, you get one guy in, one guy out. Of course, Brian Jackson's out with that, or Reed Jackson's out with that injury, and he's a big rebounder. He's got 3 screws in his ankle from that ankle break, and it looks like they're trying to get him back for March 4th.
So there you have it. Evansville on top 10-6. And the folks from Southern hoping the Salukis can rally.
Digger there.
They love you, Digger.
Yeah. Because I never came down here and gave him wins.
Before the game, there were all sorts.
Oh, yeah. A little tailgate going on early. Yeah. Little tailgate here. Beautiful afternoon. I should have brought the stick.
Gorgeous.
You know?
Illinois, about 55 degrees and sunny. My partner was excited to put autographs.
Yeah. I like Middle America, the heartland. Both teams still filling each other out. It's early. He shoots the threes. You know, last year he went 1 for 7 shooting threes. This year he's leading the conference, the Missouri Valley Conference, shooting threes, about 57% shooting threes.
Blocked by Timmons. Loving better get it out of there. Win in the game now for Evansville. Chris Carr. Evansville up 10-6. And both teams now going to the bench early. Checking in for the Salukis, Scott Brzezinski, number 54. Hawkins overshoots everything, and here come the Salukis.
Nice pass.
Brzezinski right off the bench hits his first shot.
Yeah, but Marcus Timmons carrying the ball, nice play, good transition, got it to the guy that was open. He's a tough player. You know, the Milwaukee Bucks made a special trip here. This is not an easy place to get to. They are interested. A lot of NBA teams have watched him play on the road. He's going to be a prospect.
Well, to Quinn. Good dish inside, but a travel on Jeff Layden.
And that's the travel where just watch the pivot foot. If you don't put it on the floor and you pick up that pivot foot before a dribble, they call the walk. Everything on the walking situations, fans, media, referees, watch the pivot foot. That's the most important part of the walking call.
Horatio Tucker wears 32 in the ball game for SIU. Fires from the corner just inside the stripe.
Good reversal action. Now, once you reverse the ball, look to the corners because the defense always comes to the ball. And Horatio was open. Tucker, big basket.
We're all tied up in Carbondale, Illinois. Just a couple hours south of St. Louis, Missouri.
Both teams just feeling each other out. It's 10-10, 7 minutes into it. No spurts yet for either teams. And I would say now the next 3 minutes going to be interesting to see if someone gets that 4 to 6 point lead. See what they're jockeying for when you take a look at the standings in the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. Don't forget, there's 11 teams. 3 of the bottom teams don't play. Only the top 8 teams. So they're jockeying now to see who's going to battle Tulsa, who's going to probably be the #1 seed for the championship.
Horatio Tucker knocks it out of bounds. Brian Jackson's checked back in for Evansville. That tournament, Digger spoke of at the Kiel Center in St. Louis, March 4th through the 6th. And it's blocked, but the foul. Carr caught him across the arm. Jeff Layden will shoot 2.
Layden just really aggressive going to the basket. Good move. Not afraid to go inside, draw the foul. And that's amazing when you get a big kid to go in like that and make things happen. Now, what? Here's a kid, 6'9", puts it on the floor. Now takes that big, long stride and gets fouled.
Scott Sparks back in for Evansville. Jim Cruz going to his bench early. He only has about 8 guys he plays because of injuries.
Right.
So he's resting early.
Very important to do it at this point of the game.
And another board for Marcus Timmons.
Get to your bench early. Last 6 minutes and a half, it's playtime.
Shot.
Well, you take it when you can get it. And if Chris Carr says, I'll take my 3, he's got that smile on his face. He also has trouble with that mouthpiece. It's always out. It's always hanging.
Jackson gets hammered pretty hard by Brzezinski.
Brian Jackson. Junior college. Most valuable player last year in the Jayhawk West Conference. Co-MVP. 4 of that Butler County players that moved to Division I. 4 guys. You got guard Roy Wells and forward Quincy Alexander signed with North Carolina Charlotte. Jeff Mullins went after those 2 guys. And forward John Jackson signed with Mississippi. And we see what Mississippi's doing this year. And here we are now with Brian Jackson. So 4 guys from that JUCO conference in Kansas are in Division I basketball this year.
Jackson tries to draw Evansville even.
Hometown, Wichita, Kansas, which has obviously been a hotbed for a lot of talent over the years playing Division I basketball. And
the miss. Jamie Veach has checked in for Southern Illinois. Wears number 50. Carr bombs away. And Veach with the board, but throws it out of bounds.
Well, you can do that. See, they're slashing at the boards, and sooner or later you get those offensive rebounds. It just was a bad angle. Usually that ball will come off long when you're shooting a long three. The rebounds come off three, but the angle is just there.
Pass inside to Sparks. Twists and turns and gets to the fall.
This thing's about 20 more pounds on it. Tough kid. Plays hard. Very hard.
And it's travel on Carr.
See, I'm surprised right now. What's happened is Southern Illinois is living with the perimeter game. Sparks is not really the physical player to stop you inside. Neither is Layden. So I'm surprised SIU isn't getting the ball inside and then kick it out for the shot versus let's just come out and shoot it. You got to establish the inside game early. Otherwise, Evansville loves it. Keeps their big guys out of foul trouble, and it gives them a chance to score some points in the other end. Plus control the boards.
Sparks has got into foul trouble the last couple of games. Hasn't been a factor offensively. And the bomb from the outside, Brent Kell.
You got that, Doug. That kid could play. Tell you what, Evansville coming into this conference tournament as an unknown. Don't forget they've had great wars against Xavier over the years. The Jim Crews know what it's like to get into that conference where you can steal a bit, get in the NCAA tournament.
Evansville really packing it inside. Timmons off the mark.
Exactly what we said.
Evansville with a 4-point lead. Been a quick first half. Not a lot of whistles so far.
Andy's been quiet too. They went right after him. Got a strip.
Good pass. Too strong. And it was out of bounds. So another turnover for Southern Illinois. And we'll take a break. So far, so good if you're rooting for the guys in the purple jerseys. 17-13, Evansville.
Chris, we said that the other night. You know, Georgia's win, and now Alabama's win. Florida's got serious problems getting in, and there's the Final 8 team to the Final 4 team that may not be in Seattle.
Under 11 minutes to play, Evansville on a 6-0 run. And Sparks showing a lot of offensive fireworks.
Sparks getting his confidence. Now, see, no one's challenging him. I'm surprised because he gets in foul trouble, and all SIU's been trying to do is live with the outside shot. And so far, that's helped Evansville.
There's Shane Hawkins, the freshman from Pinckneyville, which is right down the road from Carbondale, Illinois. They won the state title a year ago, and he was the reason why.
He's really played well. He's the one guy they're really excited about. He's been a surprise, having a very good year as a freshman guard coming off the bench. He hit the shot against Tulsa 2 weeks ago when they had that 72-71 win. So he's ready. He's no longer a freshman. He's a sophomore.
Jackson. And a strong rebound from Ian Stewart.
From LaPorte, Indiana. Another Northern Indiana guy. Stewart, his family's here today. Number 44. LaPorte High School. High school coach Joe Otis.
In the jam, Marcus Timmons.
That's why you go to the basket. Sooner or later, you force the fouls on Evansville. And that's why Marcus, watch the pump fake, come by, and watch this leap. Goes up strong, great angle, with authority. And this is why this kid's got a shot at the NBA. A lot of pro guys like this kid. With authority. You got it. Great move to the basket. And gets the foul on Layden. Attacking inside. So if the jumper's not hit, it's smart. Go to it. I'm sure that came through the timeout where Rich said, hey, look. You know, Rich Herron said, hey, don't forget, I coached Doug Collins. Nice up there. So listen to him.
That's the area he struggles. Free throw shooting. Timmons only about 57%.
Isn't that amazing when you look at that? When you look at his percentages, everything's high except his foul shooting.
As a freshman, he was downright awful. Only about 30%. Then as a sophomore, they said he got up close to 70%. And then it dipped back down as a junior, and now he's down around 50% or so as a senior.
Pressure now, which we talked during a timeout. Let's trap, see if we can get the turnovers.
He's strong.
Exactly what they want. But now you're getting the up-tempo game. Let's see if the Salukis get a run.
He loves it. Shane Hawkins.
He really does. You know, he just comes off the bench, gives him that plus. He's a kid who was the most valuable player in high school.
Quinn, the offensive foul.
He's all right. He got the wind knocked out of him.
That's Marcus Timmons trying to shake it off.
See if there's a collision. Going up for it. Right there. Comes in. Quinn just charges into him. No problem. He'll be all right. Now, see, this is one of the problems. When you start to see the half-court traps by Evansville, I think Jim Cruz now will just spread it out a little bit more, have more patience rather than trying to force it against the trap, get the reversals and get the action going that way to beat the press.
Marcus will take a seat after taking the shot to the breadbasket. Shane Hawkins, the driving one-hander.
His adrenaline.
Yeah, called for the foul.
Well, he hits two great shots outside, right? So now all of a sudden he misses it. He took a bad shot. He knows he did. So out of guilt, he wants to get the ball back. So he's going to get the rebound. Then he commits the foul. Now watch. Oh, that's not your angle. Comes in. Ball comes off. He says, oh, I know it. Maybe I better get it back before coach gets me. Whoops. In your face with a foul. But watch the pressure now, full court, to see what Evansville does to respond to this. They've been having trouble. Good timeout defense by Rich Herring. We're ready for the half-court traps. Here we go. Plus, it's taken Hawkins out of the game because he's got to give it up, and he has not been a factor in this game today.
Marks has been a factor. Doesn't go that time.
And that's why the press works. The wrong guy shoot the jumper and get the missed shot. But don't turn it over.
Horatio Tucker with the turnover. Southern playing without their two top scorers, Marcus Timmons and Chris Carr, both on the bench.
See, turnovers about equal, but I'll tell you, the turnover ratio right now, Evansville, a little problem with this half-court traps. Good move during the timeout. See if they still resolve it. You got to score one, and then the other team gets a little nervous about it. Back into a zone, mixing defenses. So zone press back into a 2-3 zone. See, no offensive rebounds. But you got to get points off turnovers. Points off rebounds as well as points off turnovers. And SIU hasn't converted yet on that.
All Lusk. Shane Hawkins, the freshman from Pinckneyville. Pinckneyville, they say the gymnasium stays open 7 days a week, all night, all day long. Anybody can go in and shoot anytime.
You know, we talk about hoop dreams. We talk about boys in the hood. We used to see some of the gyms in neighborhoods where these guys come from. We'll get into that a little later. In the size of their towns.
Battling strong, keeping it alive with Southern. And a foul from behind. Aminu Timberlake, the young man who transferred from Kentucky, there you see him, picks up the foul.
But you live with the aggressiveness. You want the aggressiveness.
And another timeout. 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Southern Illinois has jumped back on top, 21-19. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the SIU Arena in Carbondale, Illinois. And the Salukis on top by 2. Doug Bell alongside Digger Phelps. And we're having some fun along with the fans. They like being on the tube.
Well, one of the problems with Evansville right now, Reed Jackson is out with his foot injury. We said he's got that ankle problem going. And, of course, Elkins is shooting 1 for 4. But Reed Jackson, man, you lose a player like that that's averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds a game. Tough, probably the best rebounder averaging 9 a game. And that is a problem for Evansville. Injuries always at the wrong time of the year.
Closing in on 10 for the shot clock. Now in single digits. Jackson looks open and cans the a three-point shot.
Big basket during that timeout to put out the fire. Get back into the lead, now play some defense. Let's see what adjustments Rich Herron made inside. They're going inside.
Lusk says, why not?
Can't leave him alone. He just really wants to get his game going. And of course, you challenge the shooters at home. If they can shoot it, they'll do it.
There's the trap. Timmons gets hit again. Marcus Timmons got hit in the stomach once again, and he's walking around rather gingerly.
See, that's one of the problems when your guards are hurt or you're not having a situation. Now, Chris Quinn is not really a guard. I mean, he's a solid player, but he's not the guy you want with the ball during the pressure, so they're trapping him right away. And then the pass down that led to the walk wasn't his fault either. So I think, again, the press has bothered. And we saw that in practice yesterday where Evansville didn't know that SIU was going to do more of this pressure today.
Good look at Andy Elkins, who picks up the foul.
Out of bounds underneath, man to man. See if they get easy points on screen. There you go.
Back in off the bench. Tried to keep it alive, but here comes Cal. They'll bring it back out. Evansville will be patient, and there's a steal from Carr. 3-on-1.
Good play.
Jam, Chris Carr.
That's all you do to get this crowd into it. They've been waiting for that all day.
Good pass inside, and the block by Timmons, but they call him for the foul with the body.
But smart offense by Evansville. Good patience, get it to the middle, look to the weak side because the traps were up front, so the numbers were in Evansville's favor. Watch this slam coming up. Good touch play, back inside. Oh yeah, you got it. Great angle. Now, Quinn goes up strong with the body. Southpaw. In '93, he's one of the top 5 players in Indiana. Made the Final Four. His Final Four stats: 28 points, had 80 points total in the Sweet 16, 36 for 52 in the Final Four game. Excellent high school team, St. Joe of South Bend. And that tournament starts up again in Indiana. And St. Joe's got a good team. Fight and play for the area.
Lost. That was partially blocked. Elkins got a finger on it. Cal comes right back.
Turnovers too quick. It's interesting. All these states, Illinois, Indiana, now the high school championships, as we all know, really get exciting in the Midwest. And I know in South Bend, Clay High School are defending state champions. They've got to play Warsaw, hopefully, at some point. But St. Joe's got a decent team. They can sneak in that South Bend area and try to get back to Hoosier hysteria in Indianapolis.
It's tournament time in Illinois. Speaking of the high school, as Carr gets fouled down low.
But I like it. He went inside. See, keep going inside against Evansville. Draw the foul. They don't have a deep bench. Attack inside. There's my man, Mr. Quinn. South Bend. Good move. Watch. Good feet inside. He reads it, turns, goes inside, looks, goes up and over. I must have missed something because I don't know why we're going the other end.
They called the foul on Ian Stewart.
Yeah, Rich is really upset on the sideline. He's looking for double foul. He thought his kid got fouled. They called a foul off the ball. And Elkins is at the line.
Pulls the Aces within 2.
You know, the first game, Elkins ends up with 27 points. And today he's quiet. But don't count him out, especially in the second half.
Timmons gets the rebound and wants to dribble it up himself. He dishes inside to Carr. Wow, that was an awkward spin. And Elkins throwing the bones around. Hell, inside the stripe. That was a 2-pointer.
Yeah, but Jackson just pushed him down to the corner. Brian Jackson, keep going, I'll find you. And that's what created that shot in the corner. Elkins can shoot it. Big basket for Evansville again.
We're all tied up. Timmons looks for Carr. Sparks, the 7-footer goes up. Really loses it out of bounds.
Carr struggling. Little inside layups. Go through the rim.
Elkins, all by his lonesome, counted in the foul.
Well, I want to see that again. I thought he did a good job of getting in there. That looked like a charge to me. Stewart really had position. Okay, let's take a look. Coming down the middle. Let's see if he's there. Oh, I think so. I thought that was a charge, in my opinion. Goes the other way. Stewart did a pretty good job stepping in there.
He took a shot.
He's a tough kid. I mean, he's really played well. He loves to shoot outside. You know, he's a journeyman type player. He's just really played hard. He does the work for us.
Because Elkins is a big kid at 6'7", 220.
Yeah.
He came barreling in there. Horatio Tucker back in for Southern. Under 4 minutes in the first half. Tucker fires, then gains it. Left him open.
Pretty good reversal.
Top.
You know what happened to that, Doug? All the attention went to Elkins, and the weak side was open. Good reversal pass. I'll tell you, I really like Ryan. Ryan Jackson's playing.
Evansville playing very well. They've won 2 in a row in the Missouri Valley Conference, 3 in a row overall. And we'll take a timeout. 3:09 on the clock, and Evansville has pushed back out to 32-28 lead. A young Saluki fan hoping his team will rally. Of course, perhaps the most famous Southern Illinois alum.
Yeah.
Clyde.
How about Clyde? Walt Frazier. Let's go back to that NIT in 1967. Chris Fowler back in the studio. First win over St. Peter's. Jack Hartman was the coach. I know you didn't know that. They beat Duke the second game. Rutgers the third game. Jim Valvano had 24 points in that game. And finally, Al McGuire and Marquette. And that was the birth of Walt Frazier with the New York Knicks.
And that puts Southern Illinois on the map. I don't think anybody had heard of Southern Illinois before Clyde took him to that national title.
Yeah, he had Willis Reed and Company. That was some franchise.
Good look at Rich Herron. A man
coach.
with 2 more victories will get 800 for his career.
How about last 2 years, NCAA tournament? I mean, he's just brought this program right along. He can make it 3, going for the hat trick if they win that conference tournament. Kiel Auditorium come up 2 weeks, and we have it on the Deuce as well as 1 at ESPN. Missouri Valley Championships.
Looking forward to that. Rich Herron, most of those wins over 600 happened at Benton High School, where Doug Collins was his star player for 4 years way back when.
A few wins with him. His son Chris now at Duke. It'll be interesting to see how the Dukies go in the ACC tournament. Well, Alabama did it, won them all, and then won the national championship. They said they can't do it, they did. So Duke's that close to being that good.
Southern Illinois battling for position now in the upcoming Bow Valley tournament. Timmons comes up short, but the tip, keeping it alive, is Brzezinski.
Sparks gets the foul. See, out of position. But what I like is Evansville had 5 of those purple shirts in the paint going for the ball.
And the Delta Faucet halftime report coming up next. We'll check out what happened in the ACC, the Southeastern Conference, the Big 8, Big 10. It's crunch time now in college hoops. A lot of teams on the bubble.
Tough shot. You know, you just can't get into that rhythm of when you're trying to make a run. See, they had it going with the traps. And now here's Evansville. They're up 5 and in this game. Even with Hawkins not having a great game. Now here's a guy who could be MVP in the conference. But knows his job description.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson drives quickly to the hoop with the right hand.
He's the guy this half. He's kept this team poised. He knows when to score. He knows when to dish it. He's playing pretty good defense.
Evansville now with a 7-point lead. And they're getting a bit restless here in Carbondale. Lusk rattles it home.
Needed a basket. He stopped the bleeding. This is his 57th consecutive game.
Back to Kell. Evansville doing a great job of moving that ball around.
Because the focus is to Elkins, and whether if it's zone or man, they just stay between Jackson and Kell. They find each other's rhythm, and they've got good offensive shooting right now.
Horatio Tucker partially blocked by Elkins.
Watch the patience. Right there. It's not there to work. Timeout. You know, you're down 10. Rich is upset when you look at Heron over in the sidelines. And it's like, we got to get back in it. Got to get the crowd in it. And this is exactly a great job by Evansville during that timeout to get their own spurt going.
And they're up off the bench on the Evansville side. Lusk again, that one-on-one move. A lot of that for Southern so far. And all by his lonesome is Jackson.
Great move. 1-on-4. It just went right up and under. Knew it was going to be a foul. Chris Fowler back in the studio. Get ready. This thing's exploded. Gary Muller from back here, Chris. Very popular, as we know.
Evansville has jumped out to a 12-point lead. Seconds remaining. This is a surprise. Not that Evansville isn't capable, but here in Carbondale. And Chris Carr comes back with a two-pointer. Cuts it to 10 at the half. That's the story so far in Carbondale. Let's go to Chris Fowler back at ESPN. Chris?
Doug, thank you. Get Digger a cold drink so he'll calm down. Salukis down by 10 points at halftime. Back to Carbondale.
Chris, thank you very much. The Salukis down by 10 to Evansville. And yes, Digger does know that Notre Dame lost there to Marquette. So better luck next time, Digger. Talking about Southern Illinois, we talked about Evansville being kind of soft in the middle, but the Salukis certainly aren't taking advantage of that.
You got to really credit Jim Cruz, where he just got his right players at the right time. Everybody was keen off Elkins. He only had 5 points in the first half. But the key to me, when you take a look at Jackson, Brian Jackson and Brent Kell go 8 for 10 in the first half. Watch the reversal, hitting the threes, and when you do that, 6 for 9 between Brent, Jackson, and Kell. I'm telling you, that's the balance that they had in their game. Now, this is where I think Evansville, right here, ball fake, drive it, more of it, take it to the hole, and that's where Marcus Timmons can play his game. But I think they've just got to get more touches inside. When you look at the factors here on foul shooting, Evansville 8 for 13. And Southern Illinois 0 for 1. That means we're not going inside. We're not driving to the basket. We only shoot 1 foul. Evansville playing very aggressive, shooting 8 for 13 on the foul line because they are playing aggressive offense. So the halftime adjustments. Less outside shooting for Southern Illinois, more inside, aggressive play for Southern Illinois. And yet, when you look at the other side of it, understand this is a 1-point win. When they played at Evansville won by 1. This game is not over. Southern will come back. But I love the patience, and Elkins has not been effective.
And that was a startling number when you consider the home team has shot only 1 free throw, and the visitors have come down and shot 13. So that's a big-time difference here in Carbondale. So we're ready to rumble. Second half of action. Evansville 17-7 on the season. Southern Illinois 18-8.
See what adjustments they make to get it inside or live with a jumper and dive.
Same starting 5 for both teams starting out in the second half. Elkins with a rebound. Looking for Brent Kell, who was superb in the first 20 minutes.
You're not a strong offensive rebounding team. You've got to find ways to get on that paint to get that offensive glass. And that's another thing Southern Illinois is not doing.
Brent Kell in the first half was 4 out of 4 from the field, 3 out of 3 from three-point range, 2 out of 2 from the free throw line with 13 points. They win getting no defensive pressure, so he fired and missed. There's Timmons. That's what we were talking about, Digger.
More of that, you got it. You're back in the game. Plus, you get the crowd, get your pressure defense going. Evansville had trouble turning it over in the first half. Let's see if they stay with it. Boy, Chris Carr is interesting scores.
Jackson way out. Gets his own rebound. And Kell. First miss of the day.
Nebraska losing Colorado. Real bubble trouble for Danny Nee in Nebraska. They got to do well in the conference tournament. They're out. That's it. Go to the hole. In the paint. Points in the paint. Stay with it. Rich Herron wants to press, and they're not pressing. Stay in the trap. He wants that pressure defense.
11 points now for Chris Carr.
Yes, a sophomore from St. Joe High School, South Indiana. See how when both teams drive, things happen. You force the defense or you're going in for a layup.
Horatio Tucker. Timmons.
Well, he does that. He has really improved his outside shooting, and that's why the NBA scouts are looking at him, because of his versatility inside, outside.
And Sparks with a strong move, wouldn't go. And Timmons. Too hard to Chris Carr.
It's too late throwing that pass.
All sorts of fakes that time. And once again, Evansville with a new 35, the offensive board.
Smart move by Jackson, not forcing it up. Ryan Jackson, solid game today. He and Brent Kell, number 11. Nice.
Sparks.
Good lob. Frustration right now. Real frustration for SIU. You know, Louisville, I still think Louisville, they got UCLA coming, but people forget. Freedom Hall. The host of the Metro. They're not dead yet.
They've had a tough season, losing twice to Southern Mississippi.
Don't forget, Samaki Walker's out right now. And boy, without him, they're a different team. And he, you know, all these freshmen are now sophomores. All this stuff, well, he's a phenomenon. They're sophomores. You got 25 games under your belt. You're ready to play. And I just think Louisville's so tough at Freedom Hall. People are going to forget them. There won't be pressure on them. And you watch them sneak up on people, especially if Walker gets healthy. And that's a stress fracture. And I don't like stress fractures, especially on big guys.
Andy Elkins dribbles up for Evansville in their first season as a member of the Missouri Valley Conference. 10-6 so far in the Valley this season.
Nice
Good
cut.
dish. They'll love him.
Good read. Credit the assist. You got it. If you're not scoring, Andy Elkins makes the assist. Great pass inside.
Southern came out quickly to start the second half, cut it to 6, but it's now back out to 10.
No offensive rebound. None whatsoever.
Comes up short. Brzezinski in the ball game for Southern, pulled that rebound down. And they call the jump ball. The arrow points the way of the Salukis. And we'll take a break. So far, Evansville hanging on to a lead of 10. It was 12 at halftime. We'll come back right after this. Southern Illinois fans still happy, even though their team down by 10. Lots of time.
Here's an interesting guy on the sidelines. Jimmy Cruz went to Israel doing recruiting. A.L. Sayar. What's interesting about this young man at the age of 19? Controlled the Gaza Strip as a member of the Israeli Army. Served 3 years in the Army, which all males have to do from age 18 to 21. He's got a knee injury, sitting out the year. Interesting story about this player. Big basket. Now, here we go. Get the crowd going. Play the defense.
Evansville only goes 8 deep. So towards the end of the game, watch for Southern Illinois perhaps to have an edge. Elkins from the corner, too strong. Elkins has gone all the way, and that's twice that he's misfired here in the second half. Elkins to Jackson.
very patient. 8-point lead. They play a lot of screens away from the ball, just looking to read, go inside, good cuts to the basket by Evansville. They use the shot clock very well.
Closing in on 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cal got knocked down, but he traveled.
No one came to the ball. He picked up his dribble. SIU played pretty good defense, shutting out the passing lanes, caused the turnover. See, right here, watch Carr go, nothing there, nothing there. Everything happened for the turnover. You're talking about teams. I loved Temple the other night, and I'll tell you why. You can talk about Rick Brunson. You can talk about William Cunningham playing the defense, but Johnny Miller, Temple's back to where they were a year ago with their offense on the perimeter, the defense with that zone, and guess what? The A-10 tournaments into Western Philadelphia don't count Temple out of this thing yet. Their win over Mass was a big one.
There he goes. There he is, Shane Hawkins. He had 2 big three-pointers in the first half. Pulls SIU within 5.
Comes off the bench, does his job description, playing very, very well as a freshman. Now a sophomore, as I say. A lot of confidence. Just need one spurt and they're back in. See, no one can guard him. You know, it's amazing. He is quicker than you look, and he's just played so well. Brian Jackson just taken over, junior college transfer from Kansas.
14 points for Jackson, who was guarded by Jamie Veach. A bomb from Chris Carr.
That's 2 big ones for him. He wants crowd in the game. They're down 4. And there's a turnover. No. He thought he had it. Yeah, you say, well, but Chris Carr said, well, I'll take the turnover.
Chris Quinn checks in for the Purple Aces. Good look at Chris. Unusual jersey style for Evansville, but that's part of their tradition. Jim Cruz brought it back when he took over 10 years ago.
A little foul off the ball.
Here's the Elkins and that jersey. You like those, Digger?
Well, I'll tell you what, it brings back a tradition. I don't know if I was in a position to coach today that I'd get back to that style. But tradition's tradition with Evansville.
Elkins.
Yeah.
0 for his last 3. Lane keeps it alive, and he travels, they say.
It's got to be a jump ball. He went up in the air. The kid had his hand on the ball. It's a jump ball. Tough call for Layton. Did the right thing. Got a rebound, went up. Big travel. But, you know, the Purple Aces, they used to wear those capes when they played the NIT. I remember as a kid in the 50s watching them come to New York in the NIT and wearing those capes. They all had their choice of color, but the game uniforms obviously were Purple Aces.
He wants to shoot, Shane Hawkins. Evansville basketball. Brent Kell, the little point man, was in there for the rebound.
Now, this is a key possession right now because of SIU's run. So you're up 4 with the ball. You've got to keep the crowd out of it. Otherwise, they get another 2 and they get that lead. They're in trouble. Good cut.
Elkins got hit hard, but got it to fall.
Big basket. See, the crowd now is a little quiet. Now you play the defense. Evansville gets back into taking that lead back up to 10 again.
Jackson comes out with it. Here comes the Aces. SIU gets it back. Paul Lusk gets hit hard by Chris Quinn, the sophomore out of South Bend, Indiana.
Pretty good defense down here inside. Quinn tries to go up, but the ball goes off Quinn's leg. But watch the hustle. Finds it, gets the outlet pass. Marcus Timmons, solid defense, caused the turnover, comes up with a steal. Or they didn't lose that game. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When that happened?
That's what Chris told you just before the half.
I didn't hear him, so he's just trying to rub it in.
He was trying to rub it in.
Struggling.
and Evansville just beating Southern Illinois back.
Well, they did. You know, they just got to stay with consistency. You know, they hit the outside shot, then drive, then go back to the outside shot. That's all they need to get their offense going again.
Ian Stewart back in now with the basketball, and he pushes off.
Got away with that one. Tough kid from LaPorte, Indiana.
Chris Carr, the fadeaway. Not a good shot. And Lusk fouled inside by Jeff Layden.
Did not read it. That's sad. Boy, speaking of the Irish, well, they got that 14th win. I thought they're on the way to NIT, but with that loss today, that's 4 losses in a row, and it's how you do the last 5. They got Loyola on Tuesday. I don't know if the NIT selection committee will take Notre Dame at 14 and 13 or 15 and 13. Well, actually, if they win, it'll be 15 and 11. That's their 11th loss today. 12th loss. They've lost a lot of games. I forget the number.
We'll take a break. 11:40 on the clock. We're in Carbondale, Illinois, and the home team, the Salukis, trail by 6. No, SIU trails Evansville 54-48. Coming up tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Outside the Lines, a league 2nd to none. ESPN's award-winning series, an in-depth look at the heritage, heartbreak, and heroes of the American Negro Leagues. Discover the best baseball players you've never heard of, unknown legends who played a sensational style of ball a half-century ago.
And those guys can play the game. Interesting piece. Anxious to see that tonight.
Jackson had a fine game for Evansville, who continues to be patient on offense, and why not? They have a comfortable lead now on the road.
You know, see what Rich Herring did during that timeout to get his team, just to get that one spurt where they get the lead and the crowd gets in.
7-footer fires from just inside the 3-point stripe. Ian Stewart.
Do that. That's his guy. He loves to face the basket and shoot it, and that's the little juice they need. They love him. His parents came down here today. It's his last day as a senior for a home game. About a 6.5, 7-hour drive to LaPorte, Indiana from Carbondale.
Okay. Andy has been called now from the outside.
Hello. Right to the hand. Ooh. He just blew right by.
They're going to wipe it off, I believe. But check this guy out now. Timmons is a young man from Haywood City, Missouri.
You talk about the hood.
425.
Look at these towns. Look at these kids that play. Timmons, Carr, 425, 722. 4 people in the stands today. We got about 9,000-10,000 here, and you got 7,000 with a population of 5 players. Kids play the game anywhere. Get a basket and lay it in. Not like that.
Paul Lusk couldn't get it to go down.
Good breakaway. Good breakaway.
Beat the defense back.
Well, we've got a game. It's 5. It's going to go back and forth. We're going to see a blowout. This is going to come right down to the last minute. Look these teams positioned now to see who's going to go after Tulsa. See, Tulsa's in my opinion. No matter what happens in that conference. Tulsa's in because they beat Western Kentucky in the Sun Belt. They want to beat New Mexico State in the Big West. Those 2 big wins in the same weekend, Saturday, Monday, and that gives them, I think, right now, even an automatic, they get in Tulsa no matter what happens in the conference tournament. So the way to get 2 teams in is just beat Tulsa. So these what these teams are jockeying for right now.
And if Southern wins today, they avoid the upper bracket, which has Tulsa in it.
Right.
They wouldn't play Tulsa until the final game. So this is somewhat important for SIU.
Yes, it is. That's why these teams are going to play right down to the last minute. They know what's at stake.
That didn't draw anything. Chris Carr, leading scorer in the Missouri Valley Conference. A little dipsy-do. Looks like George German, except it didn't go in. Oh, Ian Stewart.
There's a little Hoosier hysteria from LaPorte, Indiana. Yeah, they go stew, stew, stew.
Under 9 minutes now. They first half. There were 9 lead changes. And then with about 3.5 minutes to play in the first half, Evansville went on a roll.
Here's a guy who's quiet, Rick Kell. But guess what? He shows up.
Until now.
And that's all you need. When you're a great player, you know you need it, you go for it.
Kell with that torn disc in his back. They say he's in so much pain at times that he may not play his senior season.
Playing today, though.
Ian Stewart hit 2 in a row.
And he'll go for a little push-off.
Sure did.
And no one wants to call it. Wow.
Rich Herron going through all sorts of acrobatics on the sidelines.
You know, that's one of those calls where the guy underneath didn't see it. The guy out the side thought that he saw it. And the other guy by the bench didn't want to make an interference call. All of a sudden, there's a body on the floor.
And Timmons gets called for the silly reach.
You see, and that call right there, for an official, as bad as it is, you don't want to call it. Because all that does is incite the crowd even further. They had nothing to do with the game. Let it go. Because now you give the home team 2 back calls in a row. Of course, I'd get a technical by that. Since they got the ball, it's worth to. Get the crowd, get everybody mad.
Sparks. And Hawkins with a basketball. He's got the green light whenever. Like right there. That wasn't a good shot. Elkin.
Good hustle.
Evansville basketball.
Tell you who made that play, baby. Chris Quinn. Great hustle for Quinn.
And we'll take a break. Evansville hanging on to a 6-point lead over the hometown. Still down by 6 to Evansville. You know, about 10 years ago, Playboy magazine named SIU the #1 party school in America.
Over Madison, Wisconsin?
Believe it or not.
In Boulder, Colorado, when Chris was there? Chris Fowler?
That was the field goal percentage. Evansville has slowed down considerably after a red-hot first half.
SIU's due for a big spurt. They hadn't had one. They've got to get one. See, you can't guard Brian Jackson. Brian Jackson just takes it anytime he wants. If you don't put out the fire, maybe you look at his own. Maybe you do something different. But it's amazing how Evansville just answers every time it gets within 3 to 4. They come right back and put it to 8.
Chris Carr, super smooth. Jackson won't go, and there's your man again, Jackson.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Chris Quinn is doing the defense on Chris Carr. It's the battle of the Chris's, and Quinn won that one. Pretty good challenge defensively. Look at this. The kid from South Bend, a sophomore. Good extension, bothered the shot. But look at Jackson, sneak inside. Brian Jackson, nobody boxes him out. He goes in, gets the rebound.
Both of these teams have been involved in some close games this season. Last time they met back on January 23rd, Evansville wins at home by 1, 71-70. Elkins that time wakes up with a 3.
Sooner or later, you can't keep a great player. I mean, he's got a shot. You know, you talk about Shea Seals from Tulsa or Andy Elkins being the MVP of the Missouri Valley Conference this year, and even Chris Carr is in that hunt. But I want to tell you something. Elkins did not play, but he's got his 10 points right now after struggling in the first half.
Lusk, too strong.
Jump ball.
Arrow points the way of the Aces.
That was the right call. Fans are frustrated right now. And so is SIU frustrated.
Timmons checks back in along with Brzezinski for Southern Illinois.
Need a spurt right now from 6 to 4. A 2-minute spurt.
And Sparks, the 7-footer, took a few steps there.
I don't know if I'd throw it to him on a break. You know, seriously, that was off the left. Just be patient. See, they can't convert. SIU is really struggling trying to convert on missed shots, missed turnovers.
They had 5 on 4, and they threw up a quick shot.
And not many points on offensive rebounds for SIU, as bad as they're shooting. See, so that's another factor to why Evansville's up double figures.
Jackson with 16 points.
Evansville will play in this Missouri Valley Conference appeal all the time.
Playing it in off the steal, Paul Lusk. And the foul on Brent Kell.
Spurt you're looking for. That's at the 9. Now make it to 8. Go to the press. Look for the traps. Good breakaway. Too long a pass. Right there. Tough play. Brent Kell makes that long extend. You try to make the 15-foot pass, but you can't do it from wing to wing. And that's why we saw a great steal by Paul Lusk.
Lusk, a young man who started his career at the University of Iowa, transferred over.
But he struggled this year. Shooting 37% from the field, 30% on the threes, and now he's 65% the foul line, but he made that big one. Game. Almost 5 minutes left. Plenty of time for SIU.
Timmons drives for the steal. Statue of Liberty type play. Chris Carr. Rolls him within 6.
That's what we're talking about. That 6 to 4 minute spurt. They cut it to 6 from 11. 5 straight points. Jimmy Cruz may need a timeout.
And you called it. He wants the TO, and he gets it. And we'll go to break. 4:52 on the clock. We'll return. Evansville on top, 64-58 in Carbondale. Missouri Valley Conference action on ESPN. Doug Bell alongside Digger Phelps. The Salukis on a mini roll. They've cut it to 6. Looking at some other scores. Tulane on top of Sonny Smith and VCU.
Virginia Tech still in the hunt.
Xavier over Butler.
It's over.
They're having a fine season, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a big game tonight out west.
SIU basketball. There's the TO, the turnover.
Timeout. Made the play happen with the defense. Now you got a chance. You're down 6. It's that 2-minute run we talked about from 6 to 4. See what SIU runs.
That timeout for Evansville produced a turnover. And the crowd sensing a comeback. They're ready to explode. SIU basketball.
Had it and lost it. Elkins. Off his hands. Tough rebound to get back.
Shane Hawkins, the freshman sharpshooter out of Pinckneyville, checks back in. Chris Carr wants to go one-on-one. It's the clear out. His own board. It's the Chris Carr show. Won't go.
Still possession. I just like the way Chris Quinn takes the challenge, number 13 for Evansville. Not afraid of Carr. Pretty good job. Missed those fingertip rolls for layups. Here's the matchup again. What he read was his hands were down. Gives me the shot to shoot the 3. And now we got a war. Great run, being down 11 from 6 to 4 to cut it to 3 by Rich Herron, coach of SIU.
21 points now for Carr, who leads the Mo Valley in that department. 4 minutes to play in the game. Closing in on 10 on the shot clock. Elkins. And he gets fouled inside. We'll check the foul.
Good play. Get him inside. Get him to the foul line. He's your bread and butter guy. Not afraid to get it in.
Brzezinski. Tough looking
power inside. Watch the reversal. Elkins gets good position inside. Breaks off. Turns. Goes strong. Draws the foul. Shoot 2. You know, I started saying now we got out west. I thought Oregon had a big win at Arizona State the other night in the Pac-10. Pac-10 does not have a conference tournament. They're at Arizona tonight, but then they come home with Cal and Stanford, as well as they finish the season at USC and UCLA. As we talked the other night in the studio, if they could end up with 5-1 in those last 5 games, that was a big win for them. Cal, on the other hand, USC at home, they're at Oregon State, Washington State at home. They've almost need a disaster to get themselves in. Offensive rebound, really a problem for SIU all day. No easy points on the glass because 5 purple shirts get in the paint and go get the rebound.
There's a steal by Timmons.
Lusk got the offensive rebound.
He'll shoot 2.
Yep. Tough turnover for Brent Kell back at half court. Usually you want to fake it high, throw the bounce pass against the traps. He didn't fake. He just threw the direct pass, got deflected, led to the foul situation. He cut it to 3. Plenty of time. Solid teams in the Missouri Valley Conference.
65% shooter, looked terrific on that one.
And don't forget, even Tulsa, when they came back from beating Western Kentucky at home outside their conference and then go beat New Mexico State 85-69. I mean, that was just unbelievable, that game at New Mexico State. Come home and lose to Drake. So see, they may be favored in St. Louis at Kiel in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, but a lot of these teams right now, I'll tell you, Evansville, Southern, they're going to show up and play. And don't think Bradley's not that team.
Bradley enjoying their best season in several years. And a double dribble, a turnover.
Just too anxious. His last 2 turnovers, he's just too anxious.
Three-point game now, 3:20 on the clock. Shane Hawkins checks back in. He's the offensive guy. They'll rush Horatio Tucker in when the opportunity for defense should arrive. Lusk with a chance to tie. Partially blocked by Elkins.
And who shows up with it? The guard. You got it. Ryan Jackson, another defensive rebound. That was a big possession for SIU. They needed to convert, keep the crowd in it, keep Evansville nervous.
Ryan shot from the corner won't go. Quinn inside, in and out. Wow, that was all the way inside the cylinder and it came back out.
Big offensive rebound for Quinn, just couldn't convert.
Lusk ties it up.
Give him credit. He missed the last one, says, give me the ball back. I'll make it go. We're in this game.
SIU has trailed ever since the 5-minute mark of the first half. We're all tied up in Carbondale.
Look for number 31.
Shot clock winding down. You can see it now. 5-4. Elkins has to fire. Might have been fouled. No call.
Tough play on the road. They're going to get that call in the Valley. The history of Missouri Valley. Crowd would have really gone crazy if he got fouled.
Last tie, 4:12 to go in the first half, and now the foul inside on Quinn.
Pretty good foul shooter, too. Wrong guy in the line. Oh, good foul. Not going. I thought he was going up to score. They call it the other way.
Rich Aaron reaching, grabbing, pulling players in, and now a foul on Quinn again with a shove of Chris Carr.
Now he shoots the one-on-one. About 76-77% on the foul line. And this is where foul shooting, I don't care what you shoot all year, the last 2 minutes of the game is where foul shooting really counts. And this is where the money players show up. The guys can step up and make them both.
77% shooter. 1:32 on the clock. And the Salukis are on top for the first time since 5:44 on the clock in the first half when they led 26-23.
And it was the run from 6 to 4 where they made things happen on both ends of the floor. Evansville had the key turnovers, but SIU finally converted. It made that spurt become to what we have right now where they're getting the lead, trying to ice the game.
2-point lead now for SIU. Jackson has been terrific this afternoon.
Cruz wants a timeout. Going to run a set play. They got 21 seconds on the clock.
Jim Cruz.
SIU is back.
And Evansville talking it over. They trail 1:18 on the clock. We'll come back.
NCAA basketball, brought to you by Dodge. The more things change, the more things look like the new Dodge. And by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's the first sellout of the season here at the SIU Arena. And boy, they're seeing a good game. SIU up by 2 now. Doug Bell with Digger Phelps. Final 1:15.
15 on the shot clock.
Now single digits on the shot clock. You can see it in the left-hand corner. Smart. And Timmons comes down hard on his knee, and he's limping a bit.
They're just going to control it. They're going to use the clock. They're going to make a decision. Enough time to get the last possession. But don't foul if you're going to do this, and don't let them score, and everybody must block out for Evansville. Quinn doing a pretty good job trying to deny. Oh, great steal. And the steal back.
Quinn and Carr move it back. And here comes Evansville. Again, down by only 2. Not a lot of time. Jackson's been the man today.
Got to go to the hole. Just go to the hole. They can't foul you. Tough.
Jim Cruz calls timeout.
Tough. Everybody stood around. All right, now if you're Rich, I'll tell you what happens. Defensively, what Herron can do, look to put a lot of pressure on the ball coming inbounds. You got 9 seconds on the game clock and shot clock. So what happens? You can't put yourself in position to commit a dumb foul, but you can't put pressure so that everybody plays tight. On the other side of it, what you're going to see in the huddle with Evansville, their job description very simply. Go to the hole. You can live and die with a jumper. If it's a jumper, then I want 4 guys going to the glass and get the tip. So that's what's going to set the stage right now.
All right, and Jim Cruz with 9 seconds. You look at Rich Herron.
He doesn't want to gamble. They want to know where Elkins is. He's been struggling. Stay off Brian Jackson so he can't penetrate. But if he picks his dribble up, close him out, know where Brent Kell is because he's capable of shooting. Last thing he's telling those kids, make sure you block out somebody on the shot. Go find somebody. Don't give them a tip at the buzzer. Good coach, excellent coach. He brought this team back, made that run from 6 to 4 when they were down 11 with 6 minutes to go. And at that 4-minute back, they were back in a hunt. Now with 9 seconds to go, they're up 2.
Evansville turns it over. SIU basketball. It came right to Digger Phelps. That's not where Jim Cruz wanted it to go.
Oh, tough one. Tough one, tough one.
And Rich Herron calls the timeout.
Why he wants to call a timeout is to make sure they don't get the turnover. Now watch. Elkins comes from the baseline up the top. Overthrown. Tough play to catch. And we're right here in front of us. Tough turnover. Now, Jimmy Cruz, the only thing he can do right now with 6 seconds, go for the quick foul. You go for the steal, but here's what Rich wants. He wants to get it in. Set the screen. Come on. Screener's going to come back. Same type of action.
Get out there and hurry.
What he's running is the first one's a screen where the screener's going to come back looking for the ball. The second screen set 2 is where they're running a fake screen and they're going to come back. What they're looking to do is make sure we get it in bounds. Don't turn it over. So that was a good timeout, making sure that we're set to get it in, knowing we got possession.
There's the reset.
And Marcus Timmons taking it out. There's your first screen. Let's take a look. See how they run it. Good execution. Exactly how he diagrammed it. Good play. And you get Stewart on a foul line. 1 second off the clock. All he needs to do, make them both, and it's history.
The foul called on 13, Chris Quinn.
5 seconds for Jim Cruz. And the Aces with a miss. They've got plenty of time. Both of these squads will be in the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament in St. Louis next week, March 4th through the 6th at the Kiel Center. Ian is the best free throw shooter on the Southern Illinois squad, 86%.
Tell you, Quinn played an excellent game defensively. The sophomore from South Bend, Indiana, Chris Quinn, St. Joe High is very proud of you and what you've done for Evansville basketball, as well as St. Joe High School. They were the talk of the state the year they got to the Final Four.
Sports Center coming up next. All the latest in college basketball and the rest of the sports world.
Plenty of time coming up here. This is not 2 shots. It's a 1-on-1. If he misses it, go to the hole. 5 seconds. I'm surprised they don't have another guy rebound. I don't like this as a coach.
He's their best free throw shooter.
I don't care. I would have 5 guys in there and 1 guy back. You're giving them a chance to shoot a 3 on a missed foul shot to tie it right now.
That just about does it. Barring a foul. Carr knocks it out of bounds.
So you can say what you want about Rich Herron being a coach that just knows how to get his material and get his talent going. Big win for Southern Illinois.
Jackson throws it down, which will make the final 70